Thank you for joining me today on Sweet Tea Hospitality, inspiration for your heart and home. I'm Karen Conrad and I've got a question for you. Have you ever eaten at a high-end restaurant and when you went to the restroom, it was a total mismatch? I have, and surprisingly often. The result? My whole impression of that restaurant changed because most every person that eats at a restaurant visits the bathroom, and if it isn't clean, you know where I'm going. And let me tell you, that is the same thing for our homes. The property that we were renovating, called the Coastal Cottage, had some real doozies for the bathrooms. They were dated, laid out poorly, dark, and dingy. And as much as I wanted to save money on the project, the thought of taking a shower in the current bathrooms was not something I was interested in, not even to save money on the project. The thought of taking a shower in the current bathrooms just wasn't good, and I would not want to sell or rent a home that provided that negative experience for people in the bathrooms at the Coastal Cottage. So we updated them all, and I am so glad we did. You know, people that visit our homes, they stay at our home, or they look at our properties to purchase, learn a whole lot about the home from the bathroom. Bathrooms is a room that most everyone visits and a place where we can show hospitality not only to our guests, but probably more importantly to our family. Wow, this was really something. Levi just gave me a call and he said that they are starting to do demo in the small bathroom that's off the kitchen and the garage in the man cave. And I'm just kind of like, I know we need to do it, but honestly, I'm a little nervous because once you start chipping off that tile and going in and removing tile in the shower, there's no turning back. So I'm headed down there. I'm going to talk to Melchor, our general contractor, and see if I can get a price on bringing that cultured marble in. Let's hope that decision to demo this bathroom, it doesn't cost me $10,000. I'm interrupting Levi in the midst of demoing this bathroom.
Hey everyone.
So he is piece by piece. Show him what you're using. What do you call this?
Breaker bar and I guess like
a mini sledgehammer. I'll tell you, this house was built really, really well. Unfortunately, some of the things in it are very dated. What was really funny, when I looked at this tile, I remember like growing up, like your grandma and grandpa, my parents had this same tile in their house, and it was actually pink. This is almost pink. This is sort of a taupe.
Popular item in the 80s.
It is 70 or 60s, actually. Yeah, so I was just trying to work with this because, oh my goodness, once you start taking tile off the walls, you know you're going right into sheetrock and a lot of expense. I tried all sorts of ideas using the power of black and white, which I love to do, but you know what, at the end of the day, this just needs to come down. And I'm not going to show you the toilet, but let me tell you, this toilet needs to go as well. So this is one of our 3 little challenging bathrooms, but this of all is like, wow, this is going back in time and we just have got to get this updated. We're in what's the current master bathroom, but remember, this is the area that I just felt like wasn't the best fit for a master bedroom going forward. And it's a little bit of an odd bathroom. It looks updated, which I'm really happy about, but if you notice, the toilet actually blocks the entrance coming in. And so we're looking at turning this into a Jack and Jill. So an opening on each side with barn doors, so that we turn these into the 2 bedrooms, and it gives access to a bathroom without having to go to the master. And I want to move this toilet out of this main entry space and move it into what's currently a closet that's not exactly useful. So we'll open up the wall, move the toilet in there, and try to work with the current shower and the ceramic tile to keep our expenses down with this redo in this bathroom. We're in my workshop in Southlake, Texas, which means it's time to solve some problems that we were running into at the coastal cottage. These bathrooms were something else. It was really interesting when we looked at the house, and remember I bought this house on FaceTime, so when I walked in it the first time, it didn't look that bad, meaning it didn't look like I had to redo all these bathrooms. But once you start looking closely at the details that were going on in these bathrooms, we quickly came to the conclusion that we had to renovate these. It really would be a risk for us to keep the old 60s tile in place, because what would happen is someone would walk into the property. We had spent enough at this point that we needed to make sure that everything lined up with it being a higher end house. As soon as they walked into a bathroom, it would be like, well, God, they did everything, but they didn't fix the bathroom. Plus, this is one of the areas that you can get a nice return on your investment. It's right up there with the kitchen and with that curb appeal. So we had to face what we were going to do with what I call the man cave bathroom. That bathroom was small and still is small. We didn't change the footprint. It was dark and it had that 1960s taupish pinkish tile. One of the funny things about this is we had the same tile in the house that I grew up in. And it's like, I know this has been around for a while. So we did make the decision to go ahead and chip that tile out. It wouldn't have been that bad had it just been in the shower, but that tile was lining the walls as well. So we went to town, got that chipped out, and really gutted it, you might say. We got the floor out, we got the tile out from the bottom of the shower, and made a decision that we were going to replace it with cultured marble. Now, when we went into this renovation, and if you're working on something like this in your own house, I just went to the assumption that we would do some sort of a tile, subway tile, decorative tile. But my general contractor really encouraged me to look at this cultured marble. It's really interesting because they can make a lot of different molds and designs, almost anything that you want. But I chose a very subtle design in a grayish and cream swirl because I didn't want the shower to be a statement in the bathroom. Also, knowing how much a bathroom costs to renovate is going to help you to make a decision to make a choice that is not overly trendy. Now, I'm going to take you back a few years, but in our house in Minnesota, decades ago, we built a home in Prior Lake, Minnesota. And during that time, hunter green was really popular. Do you remember that? So I got the bright idea that we were going to make that master bathroom really look amazing. So I had hunter green and cream tiles on the floor. I had chosen a white tile with a hunter green and silver type trim on it around the tub. And guess what? Within about 3 years, it looks so dated. And it was such a bold statement that I had to replace everything. And so I learned that lesson and carried that into the decisions in this house, that we were still deciding if it was going to be something that we would sell or if it's something that we're going to hang on to for a rental, or even as we're remodeling parts of our house here in Southlake, Texas, always going with something that is not overly trendy, that is going to last for several years through the ups and downs of the design trends. Next, the old master bathroom had that toilet that came out into the middle of the doorway. And I had to figure out what I was going to do about that, because if I left it the way it was such a bad look. But if I looked at just the space we had in that bathroom, there was nowhere to move that toilet. And so we closed off one of the closets and we framed out a door with access from the bathroom back to that closet, and we made it into the toilet room. It worked amazing. So that was a big decision, and I think one of the really good decisions that we made to change the whole feel of that bathroom and really add value to those 2 bedrooms that came into that Jack and Jill. And then finally, when we look at the bedroom that went across in the master bathroom, utilizing the vanity that came from this former master bedroom in there saved us a lot of money. We painted it, made them match, and I was able to buy a brand new vanity that had some style to it, still had the coastal look, and guess where I found it? I found it in the surplus store. Standing there with other vanities, I chose the size and the color that I wanted, and here was the best part. It already had the Calcutta quartz in the box that went with that vanity. So I was able to use what it would have cost me to add it on this bathroom vanity. I was able to use that to put it on the island that we added in the kitchen. Do you know the bathroom is one of the rooms that you can pretty much guarantee anybody that comes to visit you for a holiday, a ministry event, picnic, family gathering is going to use a bathroom. And when your guests stay over, they're going to be taking a shower and cleaning up in the bathroom. So these are rooms that are really important to pay attention to create that hospitality, that feeling of welcomeness in your home.